Okay, there we go. I guess we're live. Just need one more second to set up. What do we have here? Okay, I guess everything's ready. Now we just need to wait for Unity to load. So real quick, for today, actually let's just check the microphone works. So real quick, yeah, it does. So here we have. So this is what I want to do today. I want to start create some buttons for manual wave, maybe some tower icons, but we'll definitely work on placing towers and selecting things. We also need wave numbers and money amount display as some prep work. So I'm going to start with, let's just drag this to the side so I don't forget. So I'm going to start by adding just some UI elements. So first, let's just create a button like so. And that's going to be our, I guess, next button, next wave button. Going to place it at the bottom right. I guess the position doesn't really matter. We'll change the UI later. For now, it is what it is. And let's call it next start wave. We'll actually change what it says on this. So the first wave will always say start wave, and then following waves will just be next wave or something like that. Or maybe just keep it the same. I don't know. Whatever for now. So that's going to be our text next wave. And now we need, so we have our health. We need new text for money, player money, and what was the last thing that we needed? Manual button for start can go away. Wave number. Okay, so we have money amount. We just need wave number, which we can put above the start wave text for now. So let's just drag this guy at the bottom too, like so. Okay, and that will be current wave 1 out of 10, for instance. Wave number, like so. I guess that's done. Okay, so now we can completely forget about this. Now we're gonna do some programming with these guys out of the way. Actually, I didn't put the money in, did I? Let's just shove in a corner and put money, and let's just put the dollar sign at the end, because why not? And then get bigger. Oh, come on. Like so. Okay, so now we're gonna create some interaction. So we'll go into our scripts and I guess game management, and we'll create a new class called player interaction. Now, while we're at it, we'll just put this class into our game manager. And what this will do is this will collect any clicks that we do as a player. So what are the things that we want to interact with? We want to be able to click on, if you just go into the game mode, we want to be able to click on the grass. We also want to click on the path, the enemies, as well as the turrets, to be able to maybe see how much health they have and any other statistics that can be displayed in the UI. Oh yeah, one thing is these errors. There is a way to quickly clear them so they don't show, and it's basically Wait, what language am I set to? There we go. So if I remember, what would it be? Warning. That was it. Warning. Disable. And the error that we have is 0649. 0649, and then at the end where we want to resume, we'll just type in pragma warning restore. Do I have to put the number down? No, I don't know. Don't remember. Yeah, I know. That's why I always null everything at the end. I know. Usually I would do a pragma class to just completely ignore all of the errors, but I just wanted to show that there is a different way of doing it. Either way, back to the little class that I've made. There we go. So what I'll do here is I'll just make a reference to our camera. And we'll create our update. So this is what we're going to do to get any input. So what we'll do is we'll first get input, get mouse button down, like so. And now each time we press mouse button 0, which is left click, it will send us the message that we've actually managed to. Wait, did I attach the script? No, I didn't. Layer interaction. There you go. Like so. I don't know. I debugged it. This is in there. Why? Because maybe I'll have different cameras for in the future for something. It doesn't make any difference, I guess. I usually just declare the camera because in most projects I use more than one camera. So it's just a force of habit, I guess. And either way, well, now all we have to do is send out the raycast. We'll just do okay, like so. And now with all of this is we'll have our simple raycast system done. And all we have to do now is make it so we can interact with the specific. Oh my god, now I'm getting a lot of bots. And I don't know how to get rid of that on Twitch. Let's quickly go into. How can I do this? Oh, I found it. Yeah, I I'm not really much of a Twitch person, so I don't even know how to stop it. I think this should be. Wait, one more. Hopefully this will do the trick. Yeah. Oh yeah, that kind of makes me remember. Yesterday I did a little blunder. Put these in the wrong way around. Okay, so what I was doing. So I want to be able to click on things, and we want to click on the green tiles in specific, but we also want to have some kind of a UI to be able to select the tower. So if I go back to the canvas, I'll create a simple panel like so. And let's just add some icons into this, and this is going to be our purchasable, I guess, towers. No, it has few images inside. Smaller. Okay. I'll add a horizontal layer group so it aligns all of our icons, and this is going to be tower icon for now. And basically what will happen is each time we click on either of these, it will send all of the information of that tower and it will allow us to place it on. And if we don't have anything currently selected, then we can select our enemy or something like that. So first, let's see if our selection works, and we'll just do. So each time we click on something, you'll check if we're clicking on the right thing. Yeah, there you go. So selects tiles. Wait, it says tile and a block. Does that mean that the prefab? Where are we? Prefabs. Oh, yeah. So the actual tile itself has a box collider, which is not something that we need. We'll only need the currently active block to have collision. So we place it on the block, or maybe not. How do I want to do this? Let's just leave it like that for now. So what I'll do now is, if we go back to the scenes view, every image will have a code. So when we click on it, we know that we are placing that specific tower. That's going to actually take longer than I anticipated originally. So let's make a new script for that. And we're going to call it let's just call it tower selection. We'll attach each of these to each of the icons. For now, the icons are going to be null, but at some other point, I guess, draw something. So here we'll have a reference to our image. Or do we actually not need to have reference to the image? Yes, we will. UI. So we'll have our image. So we'll assign the image based on our tower script from this specific sprite. So if we also need a reference to this, and we'll have the tower like so. And then in start, we will attach the sprite of the image to the tower dots. What is it called? tower icon. Of course, first we need to get reference to the image, so we're going to do image is equal to this dot GameObject.component image. So we'll grab the image component that is attached to this script, like so. And when we select that specific tower, that's the one we will want to instantiate. So we'll just add here the actual tower. So we can just straight away grab it, and this is going to be the tower to place, like so. So what's going to happen is, if we now, let's just close actually everything that we don't need. So here we will have, wait, wrong script. In player selection, we will have a private GameObject selected tower, selected to place object. So this will be the object that we will want to select, and what will happen is, when we'll first check if this is not null, and we will assign this by selecting here. So what's going to happen is, here we'll just add public void select tower. Now, of course, we want to have some kind of a money system in the game. So first we'll do a check if we have enough money to place the tower. But once we do have enough tower, we then continue to run the script, which is basically only going to do, is going to pass the selection from the tower to our player interaction, making it not null, allowing us to place the tower on our click location. So let's actually make sure that every single tower selection has a reference to player or actually just do this. So what we'll do here is, we'll just quickly do, I'm just making this accessible so I can easily assign. First, so we click on the tower, we know which tower it is because it's assigned here, and then we do player enter. What is this called? And it's going to be equal to our tower to place, like so. Now, once we've assigned this, and of course we need to do the price check before, but we don't have money yet, so that's not there to be. We then can do in here, if this selection is not null, then we can now run our code, and that will allow us to place the tower in this space. So places the selected tower. This is what this code here will do. We'll just place the selected tower. And what that will do, so we'll just for now instantiate this object in our selection. Of course, we first would need to check where we are placing it, but we'll do that later. For now, we just want to spawn it anywhere just to make it work. And then later on, we'll work on the system a little bit, so we can only spawn on specific tiles and so on. And that's going to be this. Now, our position is just going to be for now like so. Of course, what later we'll do is, because each of our nodes has, actually we can straight away move it to the tile. So if we go into the prefabs, we look at the tile. Let's actually remove all of the collision from here and allow it at the tile like we had originally. in the tile we have our path point. So we will just spawn our tower on the path point instead. So what we'll do instead is hit dot transform dot get component, and we'll get the tile like so. So we'll do tile selected object like so. Now we got the reference to what we've hit with the tile, but then firstly we will have to make sure that our hit does actually contain this. But it's okay for now. There's nothing else to hit anyway apart from the enemy. So if we have a tile, then what we can do is select it. Before we attach the position, we'll just do selected object dot, no, wrong way, here. And let's open the tile script because I don't know if it's public or not in the, yeah, so path point is available, so we'll just put it at path point dot transform dot position. The path point might be slightly too high, but we'll see once we place a tower or so. So handles player in mouse input, assigns camera. Okay, let's give this all a try and see if it works. Of course, before we do that, first we have to prepare all of these. So we're just going to use the first one for now, and let's just put any random image as our icon. We don't really have anything. There we go. Just make a circle like so. Now, the problem is that this has to be a button for us to be able to click on it. So we'll attach a button component and then go into our tower selection, and we'll do select tower. And in here, we'll just put the basic tower that we've created in the last part, like so. And now, actually, to see what we're doing, I'll make this serializable property. Like so. Now, if we click on our game manager, we click on this. Oh, well, we have an error straight away off the bat. Because we currently don't have an image attached to the tower. So let's just attach. Oh, we didn't even actually attach the game object to this either. So let's just actually select the knob, and if we go into our prefabs, we'll attach the tower here. Let me just make sure the tower is updated. Yeah, it should be. So let's press play. We click on the. Oh, what am I doing wrong still? Oh, yeah, the other ones. Forget about it temporarily. Okay, so we click on it and we click here, and there you go. We instantly get our second turret to pop. Now, what we want to do afterwards is we want to clear our selection. So I will just do selected to place object is equal to no, because that will complete our selection process. So if we click again, we're not going to put another tower down like so. Now that we have this, we can start adding money in. So let's just open our game manager, and we're going to create a new variable in the player section, and we'll do private int. I'll call it money. Now, if we go into the base tower, how much did we set? Oh yeah, did we set our towers to anything or not yet? We are. How much does it cost to place? Buyout 50. Okay, so we'll give our player 100 to start off with. So I'm just going to default that to 100 for now. This will have to be again available in the other places. And when we make our selection, we'll do if, and then we will have game manager, and then is higher than or equal to our tower dot buyout cost. Then not only then we can run this code, because we don't want to be able to place a tower if we don't have the money. And of course, once that happens, we will have to subtract the cost from our total pool of money. So we'll just do minus equals our cost, like so. And this will only allow us to do this when we have the money. And of course, now that we have this, we need to make a display. So we'll just duplicate this line of code from above, but we'll change this to player money text, like so. And we will also create a new method called update money. So this will be run each time the number of money that we have changes in a way on text. So if we go into our text, and that's going to be equal to, how do we want to display it? Like so. So we're just going to do this. Plus, plus, and here we will put our little, what is it called? We just call the money. Now, we want to run this, of course, first time when we start the game. Like so. And then we want to also run it every time we make a purchase. Like so. I don't believe I do. Or maybe I do, I just don't know what it's called. Let me Google it real quick. Nope, I don't believe I've came across that term before. If you want, you can try explaining it. I can have a look at it later, but I'll be going to work in an hour, so I'm on a limited time. Oh, yeah, I know about that. Yeah. Yeah. um, Either way, what are we doing now? I would have done it if it was longer, probably. I usually that's something I would do when I what's it called? A different project that I work on, the personal project, is very text heavy, and I have different text based on user answers. So since the text is generated from a text file, I any text that has to be replaced, I do this way with however you called it. Like I'm not good when it comes to technical terms of things, so I would have seen code, I would have used it, but I wouldn't know what you would call it. Okay, testing time. What have I? Oh yeah, we didn't attach the text. So many text. Where are you? Here. Like so. There you go. So we have our money. Oh, that's right. Um, so right now, when we click on it, this is where we lose money, but this should only actually happen after we place it. So that's an issue on my part. So this action should actually not happen here, but it should actually happen in here once we select our object like so. But of course, now we don't know what the tower is. However, we can easily access it from our selected object, as I believe the selected object has all of the, yeah, it has the access to basic tower as well, as that's where it gets its damage values on instantiation. So what we'll do here is we'll just go selected object, and that's going to be, what are we looking for? The tower. And I believe now tower is not actually accessible, or is it should be. Maybe not in this one actually. Yeah, base tower is not available here. Oh, it's actually called tower stats. Maybe it is. No, it's not. Now, I'm just going to remove the set simply because we only need to get it at any possible time, never to set it. Tower stats. There we go. And now this should work properly. So we should only lose money after we place the tower, not when we just select the tower. Some other point I want to add as seeing what we are actually clicking. Because currently we kind of just guessed that we've selected something, but I don't have enough time left to do that today. So what else did I want to do for today? I don't want to do tower icons. So let's add on green areas. Yeah, so let's make it so we can only actually place towers on the green area, and let's make it so that we can only manually start before I have to go. So if we go into Game Manager first, and we're going to do the manual spawn of first wave. So we start in the start. We literally just run this simple coroutine, which spawns every enemy in our array of enemies. And we only have one wave right now, but Wave Manager is something we'll work on later. So what I'll do is I'll just add a starts the wave with the button. So we'll just create another public function called start wave. And what we'll essentially do is move this into here. Now, this on its own will work, but it will also have one major flaw that we can press the button many times, so it'll keep starting the wave. So what we will actually need is some kind of a way to prevent the user from starting a wave before the other one finishes. So we'll just for now create a boolean called is wave started. We're going to set it to false by default. And essentially what's going to happen is when we press this button, where's the coroutine? This will be changed to true. And when it finishes, this will be changed to false. So we can't have the coroutine running more than once. And then we will only allow us to click the button if is wave started is equal to false, like so. And I need to put double brackets. So it'll not let us run this piece of code unless we're actually not currently doing this. So now all we have to do is click on the BAM, drag in our game manager in, go into game and start wave. So now you will have some time to prepare before the game starts. So if we want, we can spend all of our money, and when we're ready, we press play and the game commences. This will actually also, if I believe, let us just redo this entire wave if we don't die, actually. Nope. Is it not? Oh, oh what do we have? Let's actually see what the problem. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't want to work on this for now anyway. Now that we're killing enemies, we can actually add money. Where are we? Yeah. So is it a wave number? Manual start is here. Icons, no. I need to be in the mood to open my paint skills. Place towers on green area. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll change the placing of towers and that will be everything for it. Well, unless I have some extra time. So now what we will do is, so what the current problem is if I click like so, I can place the tower on the path, or, well, it doesn't let us place here because it doesn't have the script that we need. Or is it placing it there? Oh, we ran out of money actually. So it wouldn't tell us anyway. Let's try again. Yeah, so there you go. We get the problem here. So that's because the selected object was not, it didn't have this, right? So what we'll also actually have to do is, well, there's many things we could do. We can either use a layer mask or a tag. So for example, if we go here, so we can either change a tag, so we can only click on it with that specific tag, or we can only interact on this specific layer, same way we have enemies on a different layer. Either approach would work. We can also just check outright if it has that specific class or not. Only then it will let us go. Let's just go with a tag. So what we'll do is hit.transform.tag is equal to, and we'll just call it tile. We might change this in the future, but this is the quickest way to do it out of all the possible approaches. Where are we? And we'll just make a new tag, tile, like so. Attach it to our tile. And now that we have a tile, we will go back to a player interaction script. So if it's a tile and it's not, and we actually have a selection going, then only then we can place it. But that being said, we actually have another problem because we can still place it on the path, but we will no longer be able to place it on something that's not clickable. Like so. There we go. So it doesn't let us place anymore. It doesn't create an error if we try to create it over something, but we can still place it on a path, which is a problem because we don't want to be placing it there. So what we can do, and so the simplest thing that we can do is we can simply just set here what tag the object has in the start. We already set what type it is. So if it's a path, what we have here, yeah. So if it's a path, we'll simply not allow. We'll just change the tag for now. So we'll do this game object tag, and we're going to change it to something else. Let's actually create one for a path. It's unnecessary, but like so. I think you can change the tag without a problem. Now, let's just quickly click on our map. Yeah, so there you go. So now, if we try to click it on here, it's not going to let us. It'll only let us place it on the green areas of the map. So now that we have all of the placement of our towers done, with the money, yeah, well, there is the wave manager that really needs to be done next, but that's not for today. So what is there next to be done? Brain thinking. What I wanted to do. I want to make more towers, of course. Oh yeah, money, earning money from enemies. That was the one. So each time an enemy dies, we want to be able to give some of their cost back to the player. We did create our basic troop scriptable before, but we haven't worked on it much. So what we're gonna go is we're gonna go into our base enemy class. We'll just create a public int and then worth value. Yeah, let's just call it value. So how much the unit is worth after death, and that's how much money we'll earn every time we kill our basic enemy. So each time they're killed, we will add to that value. Also, if I remember, we didn't actually change the values from the base class. We just used it by default. So we're just going to add the reference to base enemy here. And instead of max health, we actually don't need this anymore at all. What we'll do is enemy.health, and we'll change this to enemy.health as well. Now, will he have health? What other values did he have? Oh, speed. So speed will have to be changed in the other class, but that'll be done later when we need to do slightly rework on how they move. Okay, so now their health should be automatically updated from our base class. So if we go into the prefab, we will have now a new field to enter, which is the enemy. We'll put the basic trooper in. And if we press play and start the wave, we'll see that they will automatically change. Well, the health is going to automatically change to what is set. There we go. Now that we know this works, this no longer has to be serializable, so we'll remove that. And now that we have the costs, what we do is before we destroy our object, we will add the money to our player. So this is actually something we don't have yet. So we'll just do here public void add currency. Or we can just directly, no, let's just directly grab it. So we'll do game manager, and we'll plus equal to current health value. And this will add money every time an enemy dies to our overall list of dead enemies, like so. So if we press now, start the wave. And actually, let's try to get someone killed. Oh, we didn't update the money. Like so. I feel like changing this actually later, because I'm just running this twice. I could just call it once, technically, and handle all of that in the manager class instead. Interesting. It's interesting because I didn't actually set the number, did I? No. Let's make it a 10. Yeah, there we go. So now we are finally earning money. We lose money, which means we can lose the game. I have 10 minutes left, so I guess what I'll do is just add little bits that we are missing here and there. So when we lose the game, currently it just says you have lost. Well, we're just gonna notify the player that we've lost the game, and we will give him an option to return to the menu or restart. So let's just create a main menu, because this should be very easy to do. Main menu. Let's go into our build settings and add our main menu and our sample scene. So we first load the main menu, then we load the sample scene. Now, for the main menu, we're just going to create a simple canvas. I'm just going to change this again to scale with screen size, and all we really need in the main menu is our start quit button and maybe some options that we'll do at some point later. So I'm just going to add it here, and let's add 3 sets of buttons. So 1, 2, 3, and just add a vertical layout group, put it in the middle, like so. Actually, should make it center instead. So here we'll just type start game. We'll only have 1 level for now, so that's good enough. Options and quit, like so. Okay, and that should be good enough for now. Let's just give them a name. Start options. Wow. And quit. Okay. And let's create 1 final class. So just create a folder for the main menu stuff, and we're just going to call it main menu. Attach it to the canvas, like so. And here we'll just have, for now, 3 empty functions. So we'll have start game, and we'll have options and quick game. So here we'll just type application.quit. So this will quit the game. Later we can have a pop-up message, but that's not necessary for now. This will open our options panel, and this will start the game. So for starting the game, we'll use Unity Engine scene management, like so. And to load a new scene, we'll do, I think it's scene. No, it's not. Oh, I forgot. Is it scene manager dot? Yeah, there we go. And we'll just use it by the index, which is 1. So the first scene. So the way indexing works is, if you go into the build settings, the index 0 is the one at the top. We have the number 0 there, and number 1 is the game scene, as we have in here. Of course, this will change later, but it's good enough for now. So opens up the game scene, opens up the menu options panel, and then this puts the application. You can quickly just assign the buttons, and I can call it quit for today. Oh, I was assigning the button itself. Quick game. This one will have options, and finally my menu. Where are we? Start the game like so. Now I'm just going to quickly check if it works. So when we click here, yeah, there we go. It loads the game. So that's this part done. So if I open my list now, we can only place them on gray areas now, which is great. Things that we want to do next. So we want to, let's go back into our, where's my scenes folder? Oh, there it is. So we want to be able to click on towers and enemies. A circle highlight on selected tower and enemy, I think. What else can we think of? So we want to have that. Oh, end game, return to menu, and restart. Wave spawn system, and sometime in the future, so like more future, lever builder for sure. Particle effects for attacks, and then various towers. I guess various towers will come in, I guess, the nearer future. So different enemies and tower types. What else would a game like this have that we can think of? Different levels. Oh yeah. I guess different level selects. Level selects, options, basic sounds. Huh, probably never. Yeah, that's all I can think of for now. So I'll be again streaming this for an hour before work, which is around this time tomorrow, unless I have to start early. That'll be it for the stream. Thank you for watching.